Welcome to the Hunt360 podcast. I'm E3 King. We're here live at Salt Lake City at the Western Hunting Expo. I'm here with founder of Hunt360, Jeremy Williams, and our friend Stephen Skaggs from Convergent Hunting Solutions. It's great to have you, Stephen. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, it's awesome to finally get to meet you, Steve. We've been Facebook friends for a couple years now, and keeping up with one another, and it's a great pleasure to meet you and face to face finally.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's been great to meet you as well.
Yeah, we get learn about you and your history, about what got you in the outdoors, and as a kid growing up into your business.
Okay.
So, give us a little insight about your background.
Well, as far as how I got into the outdoors, probably mostly same story as a lot of people. My dad was a hunter. His dad was a hunter, so I just kind of grew up wanting to do what he did, and before I could actually do it myself, tagging along with him, going on. He's a big bird hunter, so he's not really into big game and stuff, but I tag along with him on duck hunts and pheasant hunts, and then it went from there. And as I got a little bit older, I had friends in grade school and whatnot that were more into deer hunting, and so I started doing that with them there in Oklahoma, where we lived at the time. So, and it just went on from there. So,
nice. I know. I see you shoot all kinds of stuff all over the place. So
yeah.
I know you've expanded from big game to world of game.
Yeah, no, I definitely have. I kind of, I don't know, probably 10 years or so ago, I really started kind of wanting to do just some different stuff that not everybody does. So I started looking into some of the international hunts and the goats and sheep of the world. So I kind of started getting into that. And over the last 6 or 7 years, I've probably hunted much more actually outside of the country than I have here at home. So it's just been something different, just something unique.
It's not only unique, it's cheaper usually.
It actually is, yeah. A lot of people think I spend way more money doing it that way, but actually there's a lot of international hunts that are half the price of, say, a really good mule deer hunt or a really good elk hunt. If you're gonna have to pay for one.
Yeah, it usually costs more to travel than it does to hunt some of the species over there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, travel's obviously one of the bigger expenses there.
But it's I know it just seems like it's more hunter friendly, and the international stuff, they really like your business.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you occasionally find the people over there in some of the areas that don't particularly love you, but for the most part, they're all accommodating. They love to have you there. They love to, not only have you there as a hunter, but they love to show you their culture and a lot of stuff you don't see on the news, or we're not exposed to it here, so you can really see the people and how they live and how they really are, and that's one of the really cool things about doing some of that international stuff.
Yeah. So you got any like really cool childhood hunting stories from growing up here in Oklahoma and hunting, or? I mean, you got to have something in the memory bank that really sticks out.
Well, as far as back in hunting back in Oklahoma as a kid, I mean, it was kind of, for lack of a better word, it was kind of really more, it was a pretty boring hunt. We hunted we did a lot of, as kids, of course, we wanted to get out and hunt as much as we could whenever we could. So we did a lot of squirrel hunting, a lot of rabbit hunting, some duck hunting, and then, of course, like I said, deer hunting. So, of course, we weren't very successful, most of it, years growing up, 14, 15, 16 years old, having to rely on, on my buddies' older brothers to drive us, because none of us had driver's licenses, and we just get out there and none of us knew what we were doing, so you're just trying to get out there and figure it out on our own. So
that's pretty much so the story of most everybody. They get involved with their family or their friends, and just get out and have a good time,
right?
More than
so. I do remember my very first. Actually, wasn't in Oklahoma, but it was when I was the very first year that I was allowed to actually hunt, and we used to have a ranch in Idaho, and I was up there with my dad, and we were hunting ducks, and I don't remember, it was either 12 or 14, I don't remember what the age was where you could legally hunt for the first time, but I was that age, whatever it was, and I do remember we were hunting along this little creek trying to jump shoot some ducks, and we had a like a kind of a wetland area off a couple hundred yards away, and a group of ducks got up off the pond and started flying toward us. And my dad got us down in the bushes, and he told me to whenever they flew over that I was going to have to give them a big lead because they were way up there. And of course I wasn't real proficient with the shotgun yet. So, but I just remember I stood up and I gave this duck what I thought was way too much of a lead, but I just wanted to make sure I didn't shoot behind it, and ended up hitting the duck. But I had taken so long to get the lead that I was actually almost leaning backward when I took the shot, fell down on my back and rolled over on the ground, didn't even see the duck, and I actually hit the duck and it went down in the creek, and we went over there and found it. But that was actually the first duck I ever killed. So
that's awesome.
So yeah,
those kind of memories usually stick around forever.
Yeah,
they're special memories.
Mm-hmm.
So you got any? Do you have any children? I don't know if you have any. You don't have.
I do not. No, I'm not married, no children. So makes my hunting career a little bit easier in that regard. So
to all our ladies listening.
Yeah.
So.
Well, so what got you in I know you told me earlier you sort of merged into hunting predators. So
yeah.
When did that come about?
So kind of along the same lines, I wanted something I could do all year long, to keep me out in the field, keep me hunting, and predator hunting was one of those deals that, most places don't have a season or a bag limit or anything like that, so you can do it 365 days a year if you want. So that was kind of the initial thing that got me into it. And then once I started calling coyotes and foxes and stuff like that, and realized how fun it was, that just caught my interest into it more and more. And then it emerged into, I was doing that. I was actually doing that more than anything else, when I was in my teenage years and early 20s, and became really good friends with my business partner, Byron South, who we're partners there in Convergent Hunting Solutions. So we've been friends for probably 15 years or so. We became really good friends, and he'd worked for other companies in the same industry for years and years. Finally decided that he wanted to go out on his own, and he called me up, knew I was interested in it, had a love and a passion for it, and called me up and asked me if I wanted to join up with him, and I said absolutely, and we went from there.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cool to see how good friendships turn into good partnerships.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
So I know a lot of people say you shouldn't go into business with your friends, but we've done pretty well with it so far, so we haven't had any issues on that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So tell us a little bit about what all you've merged into with your business, and what all you've developed. I mean, it looked really cool to me when.
So we developed a Bluetooth electronic game call. So it's basically a Bluetooth speaker on steroids is kind of what we call it. So all of our sounds for the game call itself come off an app on your phone. So we have a Predator app, and then since we're down kind of in the south in Texas and Oklahoma, of course you probably got a lot of hogs in Georgia and stuff too. So we have a hog app. We have a deer app for deer sounds for wherever that's legal to use, snow goose and crow, and then a turkey app for wherever, because you have to check your local regs to see where that's legal to use. But those are the apps we have right now. And then, like I said, so that, connect to your, what we call the Bullet HP, which is our main electronic call. You connect to that via Bluetooth, run everything from your phone. It's got a built-in decoy on the top of it, fully rechargeable lithium-ion battery, so you're not having to buy AA batteries all the time.
That's a nice feature.
Yeah, so I know a lot of people complain about that with some of the other electronic calls that are out there on the market. Another thing about that battery is it's actually 3.6 volts compared to like a 1.5 volt AA battery. And the way batteries work, it doesn't matter if you have one AA or if you have 50 stacked in there, it still only puts out 1.5 volts. So that battery actually lets us run a much better speaker. We're running cone speakers in there instead of like some of those horn or PA style speakers that you see in some of the calls. So it gives you a lot more high definition, better sound. It gets much better low end sound, gets some of the better high end sound as well without getting that tinny distortion that you get from some of those.
You're just capturing a lot of detail.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that And that right there comes from that 3.6 volt battery that's able to power those better speakers. So,
Nice.
So also, I know a lot of people say it's Bluetooth, so they get concerned about the range, which we have a booster inside of it. So instead of like your typical Bluetooth speaker you might buy at Best Buy, you're getting like 30 feet range. So we're about 10 times that. We can actually get up to 300 feet of range, so about 100 yards.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the battery. Like, what kind of playing time can you get off the battery?
So if you run the speaker at full maxed out volume with the decoys spinning, you can get over just over 10 hours.
That's a whole day.
Yeah. So I mean, when we're hunting, you're hunting stands, making 20, 30-minute stands. And however many. Say you make 10 a day. I mean, you can easily hunt the whole weekend without ever having to recharge. Without ever having to recharge it.
That's cool. I mean, you can just pack it in your bag and go on a trip and have it for your trip and be back home. You're in good shape.
Mm-hmm.
So that's sweet. Yeah, I mean, they look really cool. Even the target on the top, the spinner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that
little decoy up there. Yeah.
Decoy. I mean, it looked real slick. I mean, I was impressed. Tell them about the little phone holder. I mean, the phone holder as well.
Yeah. So that's the main collar, the Bullet HP, and then we also sell what we call the complete game calling system, or we just call it the kit for short. But and that comes with the Bullet, the collar. It comes with a carry bag, and then our phone mount. And what the phone mount is, this phone mount's designed to attach to any like Picatinny or Weaver style rail, and then it's fully adjustable to where it'll hold your phone, and that way you can stick. If you're running an AR, or if you got a gun with a pick rail on the side or underneath. Or we also sell scope ring adapters that you can put that'll give you a pick rail on your scope. So you can attach that to your gun. You can attach, and then you adjust it to your phone. Put your phone up there. It gives you a better line of sight to the call. It gives you hands-free capabilities. Everything's right there at the touch of a button. When you're if you're up on a bipod or a tripod or something like that, everything's right there. It's a lot less movement. You can constantly see what you're doing, what you're playing. And also within all of our apps, we have a video function. So you don't have to leave the app or anything. There's a little camera icon in the top left corner. You hit that, and it goes to a video function where you can record with your phone. And obviously, if it's attached to your gun, so whatever you're looking at, whatever your gun's pointed at, you're filming it the whole time. You still have control of the app even when the video function's going. You got 4 presets on there: volume control, stop, play, decoy button, all that while you're filming. If that's something that interests you.
Yeah, I mean, the filming part for me was awesome. I mean, you're documenting what you're doing as you're doing. I mean, and it is on it. I mean, as long as that gun is pointing that direction.
Right. Yeah, you really don't even have to. You don't have to be watching the phone or the video function there. You can be in the scope, and the whole time you're in the scope, you can know
it's recording
that it's it's filming everything you're seeing. So
yeah, then you can crop your video and post it on your social media.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, as soon as you hit stop, the app automatically saves it to your video file or photo library, depending on whatever phone you're using. And from there you just upload it on Facebook or Instagram or whatever you want to do with it.
That's cool. Really cool. I know when I get home, I might. I want to get in. I want to see the hog. I want to see how the hog works. Calling wild hogs.
A good buddy of ours, his name's Glenn Guess. He kind of got us into that, and most people, I didn't know it, up until we started doing it, that you could even call hogs, and a lot of people still don't know about it, but it's really starting to grow, and a lot of people are figuring out that it's possible to call in these hogs, these wild hogs, and if you think about it, it makes perfect sense, because hogs are extremely vocal and they're extremely social animals. So it just makes sense. You go out there, you play some. Most of our sounds for the hogs are hog vocalizations, and as soon as they hear something, or if they feel like they have a friend of theirs in danger or whatever, they're going to come in and check it out. Yeah. So
they're curious enough to they want to. They're going to protect the young, or they're going to whatever. They're going to come.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting. I bet it is exciting watching them hogs come running in, grunting up.
Oh yeah. One of the cool things about the hogs is Not all the time. Obviously, you'll call in singles and stuff like that. But, as where you're hunting predators, most of the time you're calling in singles. You might get a double. Occasionally, you might get a triple. But with the calling in the hogs, every now and then you'll call in a whole group. And it might be 10, 15, 20. I mean, we've called in groups that were, over 30 hogs before that just, they all come running in and they're all grunting and stuff. And it's really fun.
I want to get in on that.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be. I'm sure the farmers would love to get, love for you to call in all that group and get them going.
Yeah. No, we get calls all the time down there in Texas from, farmers and ranchers. They get hogs come in there, tear up their fields, want us to come in and take them out. So.
Yeah, they're definitely a nuisance. We deal with them at home, and
sure. Yeah.
They're definitely a nuisance to deal with. Cost millions of dollars worth of damage.
Oh yeah.
It's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most coyotes you've seen come up from once on one of them?
The most I've ever personally called in on one stand has been 6, and that gets pretty western and pretty fun. I think we got 3. We got 3 or 4, I think, out of that. But no, that's all. That's the most I've ever, myself personally, have seen come in on one stand. That was up in Alberta, Canada.
Have you ever used dogs to help?
No, I haven't personally. I got some friends that use dogs, like decoy dogs and stuff. I've had some friends. I've never personally got to do that, but that's pretty cool.
I don't know if that worked with your calling system as well, together.
It would, yeah. No, you could if you had a dog that was a good decoy dog like that. You could, no, absolutely.
Yeah, I seen it on TV one time, and they had those dogs. They just focused straight on that, and that dog came back, walked right back to the gunner, and and it was 30 yards.
Yeah, no, that's cool to watch. It's really impressive. It's, the training of the dogs to do that. And of course, it's just a lot of it's just natural instinct and stuff. But when that, just like watching a good bird dog work, that's cool to see.
Yeah. So when you grew up bird hunting, did you have bird dogs as well growing up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've always had labs, of course, for the retrieving for duck hunting and stuff. But for upland birds, we've had everything from short hairs, wire hairs, and some other, some of the spaniels and stuff. I mean, we've had all kind of bird dogs. Yep.
Yeah, I see you posting pictures of your pets all the time.
Yeah. So at home right now, I got a chocolate lab, and she doesn't hunt anymore, but she used to be a pretty decent bird dog. And then I got my 2 rescues. Yeah. So one's a little female pit mix of some sort, and then the other one's kind of a lab Great Dane pit mix. So.
Yeah. There's something about those rescues. They make great family members.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, they've been great.
Yeah. So what's your goals with the company? You got any cool things in the pipe works coming down the line that you want to talk about, or?
Well, we're not really developing anything right this minute. We're in the process of placing our next order of calls. So that takes a bunch of capital, investment to get that going. So we're of course we're excited because obviously it's great to need more products. So we're working on that right now and but yeah, no, we're always brainstorming for new products and and venturing into trying to diversify a little bit, try to venture into maybe some of the other aspects of the the hunting and outdoor world, or even fishing. So
can call fish.
You might be able to call fish.
You drop you a microphone down there.
We're gonna have to work on that. We'll figure it out.
Little red stick.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I tell you, I think you should get getting into the wolves. Make some wolf calls for the wolves. I mean, it's got to be a growing market for Idaho and Montana, Wyoming there.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I've called in quite a few wolves up in Canada over the years, and we've mostly used just your normal distress, same distress sounds that we use for coyotes. Also, wolves will come into coyote vocalizations because wolves and coyotes don't really get along too well. So anytime a wolf sees a coyote or hears a coyote, it wants to come in and eradicate that animal from its area. So that actually works really well for wolves. But yeah, it would be good to get some. We've been talking about it for a while now that we need to get some wolf vocalizations and get either incorporate that into our Predator app or start a new app that's more geared toward the wolves. But yeah, no, with the problems that like you said, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, some of those places have been having. Yeah, I can see that the wolf hunting is probably going to be, become a pretty big.
Yeah, it's going to be here to stay.
Yeah.
They're not going to go away.
No, they're not going away. For sure.
Probably be in Colorado season before too awful long. If
Right.
if they don't, really stop what they're trying to push there.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be there anyway.
Yeah.
They're coming. It's just,
Yeah, they're kind of, they're kind of like the hogs. It's like if you don't have them yet, you're gonna get them at some point probably.
Yeah, I agree. Well, man, it's been awesome to have you here to talk with you and learn a little bit about your history. And,
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, I just I can't wait to see you again in another show. We'll do this again.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
we'll be around.
Yeah. Thanks, sir.
Hey, thank you.
You have a good show.
Thank you. You too. Hey, nice to meet you.
You too.